Welcome back, guys. We're going to play some GTO style. I'm going to take aggressive actions whenever the number is a high one. So for example, 77, I would bet. Also, I think that so whenever it's a high number, I'm going to bet. For example, if I decide that I have to bet a particular hand 50% of the time, then I'm going to bet whenever the number is between 50 and 100. This is an easy check back. I have an open-ended and backdoor hearts, so I think I'm perfectly fine to call here. Now, I think the problem is that he's likely to have, okay, he had to pair. Yeah, I thought that he may have ace x to hearts. I mean to pair or something like that. Okay, that's a very nice hand there. 52, well, this is a hand that I'm going to bet very, very often. No spades, no good blockers, no particularly good blockers. So I think I'm just going to check back. The number was 40 something. Here he's probably going to check if he has over pairs. And yeah, I still do not have straight draws or a 3 or so, just giving up there. Although I do have a range advantage in some sense, the problem is that I do not hold a very significant diamond and or a king or a jack, so I think it's better just to give up. Also, when he calls, he has shown this is a perfect hand to check back because I have a weakish mate hand, a weakish draw. Here he's probably going to turn bananas. Very aggressive and hard to bluff. I'm going to bet small in order to try to make him check raise me. My read is very aggressive and hard to bluff, so here, well, well, the number was 23, so kind of passive action, and anyway this board is not particularly good for my range. Actually, here the number is 70. I think I can bet here like 50% of the time. I'm just going to pot. I do not hold clubs, so I'm here. I think we can 3-bet. This looks better than it is. It's actually only 7 high flash, and I do not like to have also the king of hearts because I'm blocking the hand which is going to give me action, which is the king high flash, right? I normally don't like playing with more than 100 big blinds. That's why I rebuy. Well, yeah, I mean, we can call being out of spot here. If he pots it, I think I just have to fold here. Okay, the number is 91, so I'm going to take the aggressive action. Blocking a bit the king jack, and yeah. Okay, here the number is a 4. I do not have a flash. I think I'm just going to trying to go to showdown. It's well, I think I expect to lose here a lot because, well, here the number is at 88, so I'm just going to bet out. I also hold the queen high flash draw, the 9, which is blocking the 7-9. He shouldn't be raising much at all, and this board kind of favors my hand anyway. Here this is a board that I'm going to check always, because there is an ace high flash fish. Yeah, I mean, it's hard because I do not hold a flash here. I think I'm going to block bet the river. I don't think he has a flash, to be honest. Because most people do not check 2 flashes. Certainly not the nut flash, which you should probably check sometimes on the turn. A hand that could check there is ace-ace with the nut high flash, because you are blocking so much your opponent continuation range. probably don't want to call that much on the small blind. Although it's kind of tempting because it's very hard to play from the small blind even with a strong hand, just because they're going to be out of position here. Here he leads out. Well, it's a very easy fold. It's pretty strong lead against two players there. Here I think I'm going to c-bet just because I hold the ace of hearts and this is a very key card. There are not going to be that many two-pair hands there. Well, this is an obviously like check back. We flop really bad, and he pots it, so that's good. I mean, not good news, but a bit unbalanced if he's always betting pot there, in my opinion. Three clubs. The playability of ace king is, as in hold'em, is not that great. I'm going to call here without clubs. I think it's an easy check back. Here I think we also have to check just because we do not hold spades. Here this is pretty tricky spot. He had 15 big blinds. Because of that, maybe we should maybe we should have lead because of that. Yeah. But it's actually a flop which favors his range more than mine. Never happy having to call 3 bets with, I mean, 3 diamonds. Okay, this king, but yeah, I think we have to call though, although I'm not positive, and we flop very bad. He checks back. We do not hold spades and or a pair for that matter, so I think I'm just going to check. The 9-10, well, yeah, I'm just going to check this. It's tempting to bet though. He donks or c-bet spot when he has it. Yeah, I mean, I think he's has a very weak holding here, so I'm going to bet small. So he did probably have aces. He probably had aces. Number is 30, so I'm just going to check back. Here I think I'm going to bet just half pot. Maybe he thinks his diamond draw is alive or something. If he check raises me, I'm just going to call, because I mean we're so high in our range. Actually, I don't think we have a better hand than this one. And I'm going to call here. We call. Oh, fuck. This was painful. But yeah, well, we have a pair of tens, but he makes it very easy for us to fold here. 8, 10 jack. $71. Well, yeah, no. I think. I think the solver would check that particular hand, to be honest. Just because we do not hold a spade or an ace. Here, I think we can call. Here, I don't think his fish calls with jack high flushes after I bet 3 times. I think I'm just going to pot here. I think he's going to call with clubs. But when he has clubs, he probably has a gutshot or something like that. So could bet like 80% as well. No. I mean, as long as you are consistent with your betting sizes, there is no big deal there. I think this we have to call. Bets smaller on turn with third nut flush, like 30%. However, I don't think that this player would actually fall to a raise. So that's why I didn't even try. But yeah, just keep in mind that if you have their King high flush and he bets so small, I would just raise spot there. Because alright, we hold with flag very good here. If he, I'm just going to put here. Just if he has some aces, he could fold them, like ace 7, 8, 9, double suited kind of hand. I think he should fold that. Although, yeah, no, actually, I think that we have to call there sometimes, to be honest. So yeah, maybe calling sometimes. Yeah, probably we would have to do that. At least some percentage of the time there. In order to play GTO. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to try to play GTO because you kind of we all tend to play our hand and not play like a balanced strategy. The 5, 6, 6, 7, if I were playing higher stakes, I may consider calling there, but here the rake is kind of high, although I get like 40% rake back or 30% depending on how much I play here. Here I can call pretty with hand. Here the number is at 6, so I'm not going to lead, and I do not hold a club, which is pretty important to have there. I'm going to bet like pretty annoying. Calls with jack high flashes after I bet 3 times. Yeah, I think that unfortunately that we have 4-6, not 4-5, and we do not have clubs. The number is 15, and yeah, so it's no reason to lead there. pretty hand. It's not as good as it seems, just because the queen and the 8 are not super connected there. The 6 was a 7, I think I would raise. So it's a bit too disconnected. Wish I knew how often is this guy 3-betting me on this particular spot in order to understand how often he has aces. The number was 92, so I'm going to lead out here. Okay, that's great result there. So he probably had aces. Here I do not hold significant diamonds. I think he has. I think we have to check this back a lot because we're out of position, and we're going to check back a lot also with a queen here. No diamonds, still no. But I mean, our hand is so bad that I guess that we have to bet at some point. The 10 is a bit useful, the 10 of diamonds, because it's blocking a little bit the diamond draw and maybe the straight draws as well. Also, because this is lower stakes, when he checks back, he probably doesn't have too many queens. So we are not playing against another GTO machine, so people at those stakes are a bit more honest than the solver is. Here, no diamond, well, 3 of diamonds, which is not that relevant. So, yeah, I think we have to just check back. Here, 57, we have two backdoors, so I think I'm just going to bet backdoor straight draws as well. And a terrible hand. Without the backdoors, I wouldn't bet here. And with the backdoors, it's probably not like 100% bet by any means. Here I decided to I guess his call is okay with second pair and a gut shot. He would probably fold the turn, I would assume. Very aggressive and hard to bluff. Well, this we have to check. I would assume that we have to check this like 100% of the time. Here we're going to check as well. Here I don't see any reason why we should bet. Here I'm going to call once and see what develops here. And probably fold river because what? Wow, he had like three 10 queen, which is opens 3 10 queen single suited on the cutoff. This is pretty loose in my opinion. Calls a 3-bet. Calls a 3-bet. Yeah, it's as loose as it gets here. This I'm not sure this is an open, to be honest. Here 37. Um, 37. I was thinking if I have to bet this 100% of the time. The answer is probably no. This I'm going to check, raise some percentage of the time. So 14, 46. I think that I can bet. And here 5, but I'm going to bet again here, and I'm just going to pot here because if he has aces he's going to call every single time probably. Here the board doesn't favor a range, and yeah, we have a very weak holding. I was thinking about 3-betting this hand, and actually maybe I should, given that this guy is the loosey-goosey player. Let's see what he opened this time. 6, 7, 9 king. Well, it's certainly a better hand, no doubt about it. Here I'm not going to call because I do not want this guy to come over the top, so four, 7, 9. Yeah, the deuce and the 4 combination is pretty bad. It's double suited, but I'm not going to make a lot of straight draws, and my pairs are going to be very, very low pairs. If the deuce was a 5 or something like that, I would call. This is pretty bad. Fuck it, I don't wanna call. I'm going to check here. I'm going to just check as well. I don't think I can call and here I'm going to check as well. If he has a9, I'm going to be in a very difficult spot if he bets here. He fish calls with jack high flushes. He's going to bet. Well, yeah. Yeah, probably I should have thrown a dice, something like that. So the number is 28, so I'm going to check back. Yeah, that's hand where we have three pairs. This is, yeah, I have to check it out, but maybe it's a hand that we want to see bet a lot there. This is obviously a board that we're going to check raise if he allows us. $70, so we are perfectly allowed to see bet, to check raise, I mean. Here no reason to raise. Here the number is at 6, so we are going to check back. And the river is horrible. It would be nice to know what is his 3-betting range, but I guess it's alright on here. And here I think we just want to he called with kings. Hamburg. Calls with kings with kings on cutoff. So here we're going to go for the three for just 3 streets. Pretty standard. You're going to do that with the NAT flash. You're going to do exactly the same, and with the NAT flash blocker. Yeah, here the number is 33. So, although yeah, queen down without any withdrawal whatsoever. That's what I was thinking, that maybe checking was a better idea. It's probably mixed strategy, but the number was 33, so we should actually. I'm not sure that our hand has to bet 70% of the time. Not positive about that, though. Here we're going to go we are not happy at all here. But we have already put 20% of our stack, so calls with kings on the cutoff. Fuck. He probably has aces. Well, no. Then. Yes! Fuck. I want to review that hand because it was awesome. Okay, let me review this. So we raise, call, 3-bet, and here he pots it. Here we just say, okay, fuck it. Which I think we have to do because we have already put like $9, so. And here, actually here on his shoes with aces through queen, no one is going to fall. He has no flush draw, so it's hard to know. Maybe it's just better calling here because you are just going to be against 3 hands and your equity is not that great. You probably do not have 25% equity there. Bambook is, I don't think you should 4-bet with this hand because your 2 pair outs are so low and your flush draw is very low. In fact, it was already covered. And with the 10 king 7, I think that you calling here without such bad kings, maybe it's a mistake. Maybe you should just fold if you think that Nordic has aces. But it's semi-connected, so it's pretty hard. Okay guys, so have fun and see you later.